YouTube? This is Cavantino from Studio Nuketown, and I am a multimedia producer. I do video, studio time, mixing, mastering, graphic arts, you name it, I do it. Alright, so today we are going to go over 5 steps for up-and-coming artists to start their own home studio and all of the gear you're going to need so you can start recording yourself, because the number one thing that I hate is going to studios and the engineer sound like he's in a home studio. I feel like if I'm paying top dollar at these major studios, my sound should sound top dollar. It shouldn't sound crappy. Alright, so the first step isn't really step 1. The first step is you need a laptop, you need a computer, some type of way that you can record yourself. I normally use MacBook Pros. They're reliable if you inside of a situation where your power could possibly go down at any time, or anything can happen. You will want something that's on its own power source. So I usually go with laptops and stuff, but a lot of people still work with desktops. That's not even really a step 1. That's just something that you need to have. Now, when looking at laptops, you should look at something that's going to work for you and your DAW that you're trying to work towards. So have enough RAM, enough memory so that you can do whatever you want to do on it. You can even add a little terabyte hard drive if you want to the side, but that's just getting started. You need a laptop, you need a computer, something. Step 1 is to get an audio interface. An audio interface is the major part of every studio. That's what makes everything sound good. 9 times out of 10, if a studio does not have an audio interface, it sounds like you're talking into a computer microphone. Now, what an audio interface does, it's an A to D converter, analog to digital converter. It takes an analog signal and turns it digital, and then it takes a digital signal and then turns it analog. Now, depending on what audio interface you get, is going to tell you how good quality your sound is. There's 2 different types of audio interfaces I would tell you to get. One, if you're just trying to start out and you're just trying to get your feet wet and you're not really trying to spend that much money, I would say get yourself a Focusrite 2i2 or a Focusrite Solo, because those are really good low price start off interfaces. On the higher end of things, you can get an Apollo. Now, Apollo speaks for itself. It has its own preamp. It's powered by itself. It's what I use on a regular day basis. Step 2, get yourself a really good microphone. Now, you don't gotta break the bank necessarily for a really good microphone. You just gotta do your research on how your voice sounds. Every microphone is different. Now, if you're going on one of these websites where they sell $20 microphones, I definitely would tell you you're getting exactly what you paid for. Now, anything from like $99 and up, maybe $79.99, you could probably get away with something like that. But I definitely would suggest you do a microphone that fits your vocals. Now, I'd suggest you can get a Bluebird Spark. Bluebird Spark is a really good starter microphone. Then you can get a Rode NT1. Now, on the higher end of things, you can go to a U87, right? Now, the normal U87 that most people would get on the high end of things would be Neumann U87. Step 3, get yourself a very good set of closed back headphones. I cannot stress this enough. Specifically, Shure brand, anything Shure closed back headphones, anything Sennheiser closed back headphones, and anything Audio-Technica. Headphones is one of the biggest things that you need to worry about in a home studio, because if you have speakers in your room and you don't really know how your sound is going to bounce around your room, you can mix something in those speakers, and when you do that, you can hear it out and it'll sound good, but then when you go take it to other places, because your room isn't acoustically treated, now when you get down to knowing your space and knowing how your space sounds, headphones is a big deal. So Shure, Audio-Technica, Sennheiser, check them 3 out. I'll put some links below for you to check out all of the things that I'm talking about right now, so you can go around and go set up your list to start your studio. Step 4, we are going to hop into the DAW. Now, DAW stands for Digital Audio Workstation. This is where you're going to be laying down all your vocals in, editing, mixing, mastering, putting all your plugins, playing around with all that stuff. A good DAW that you understand is definitely key to this situation, because if you don't understand your DAW, you're never going to be able to make music in it. My start off DAW was Pro Tools. I switched over to Ableton at one point in time, and then now I'm currently using Logic. I personally like Logic better than everybody else, only because of certain things in Logic. I'm certified engineer in all 3 places. I can use either, but me personally, I like Logic better. Now, everybody's going to have their own choice. There's something called Luna out. I got to check out Luna. But you definitely just need a good DAW that's comfortable for you. Step 5. Step 5 is all about speakers. Everybody want that sound inside the studio, that big bass boom. Like you want to be immersed into the studio sound. Like the headphones is good, but when you sitting down with a whole bunch of friends and everything, you want them to hear it too, have their feedback and stuff too. For a good startup home studio, you should have some good 5-inch studio monitors per se. Specifically brand-wise, you should go with JBL, KRK, or Yamaha's. So that is 5 steps to start in your home studio. If there's any more questions you have or any more brand things that you need to know about things, so like, comment, and subscribe below and hit that little bell. We're gonna bring you more information on multimedia and audio, visual, and all different types of stuff on this channel. So stay tuned and don't go nowhere. Yeah.